Hello everybody, welcome to Boxing Science. This video is sponsored by Saga Fitness. Saga Fitness are specialists in BFR training, which is blood flow restriction training, and their wearable cuffs are fantastic to use for strength and hypertrophy gains. If you're wanting to find out more and wanting to purchase some BFR cuffs from Saga Fitness, please visit the link in the description, and also you can use the Boxing Science discount code to save yourself 10% off the upper limb and lower limb cuffs. In this video, we're going to be covering the top 5 pressing exercises for boxing. And these are majority horizontal pressing. And the reason why we selected these 5 are to meet the demands of the sport, because it's very important to deliver fast and hard punches. You know, the amount of force that you can produce from the shoulder to deliver the punch and then the snap at the end range, but also working around different challenges that boxers may face. They have high training loads, which make the shoulders quite tight. We've actually found in our research that the majority of boxers display tight shoulders and muscular imbalances left and right. So we've got to work around them as well. So these exercises have been selected to keep a boxer safe, but also to develop that max force, max intent, and also to create increased hand speed for fast and hard punches. So the first 2, banded rack press and the dumbbell floor press. These have been selected to increase tricep activation, and they're also shoulder friendly. So they're going to start from partial range, so we're not going into deep pressing position where we're getting this internal rotation of the humeral head. This provides a lot of tension through this shoulder joint here, which gets a lot of tension anyway through being in the stance and guard position. So, and also large kind of punching volumes, especially on bent arm shots, you're particularly going to see this internal rotation of the humeral head. Last thing that we want to do is apply more pressure, more force and more load going through this internal rotation of the humeral head whilst we're in the boxing gym. So we're going to start from a partial range position. And also going basically from concentric start, taking away the stretch shortening cycle, will help increase that force output from the bottom range of the movement, but also will help increase tricep activation. This is important for boxers whilst they're in the strength and conditioning gym, is because when they throw a punch, they create that max force and intent, they relax through the mid phase of the punch, and then they snap upon impact. So this mid phase actually creates like some weaker triceps during pressing exercises. So we need to try and find an exercise, find our exercises that will help increase that tricep activation to be able to accelerate all the way through the movement and then create that snap at the end range. So the accommodating resistance helps that, starting from a partial range helps that as well, and starting from a static start to concentrate on concentric force. So that's why these 2 have been selected. And then the next 2 are hip thrusts to dumbbell press and single arm press in the single leg hip bridge position. Now the reason why we've selected these 2 is for kinetic chain sequencing, so including more muscle groups to contribute towards a pressing action. So rather than using the bench or the floor to create stability, we're actually using core, we're using the glute strength as well to be able to create that stability, making the pressing action a more global movement. So if you are thinking about like when you're delivering a punch, you're wanting to get all your body weight behind it. You need your core tense, you need your lats to be activated, needing the glutes to be tense as well to deal with that impact. We're going to be training that in this movement when we're doing the hip thrust to dumbbell press. All the lower body, the core and the upper body are contributing towards that pressing movement. So that's the reason why we select these 2. Also on the hip thrust to dumbbell press, if you think about the kinetic chain sequencing during a punch, we rapidly extend our hips to then transfer into punching action. We're going from a very general point of view where we're extending the hips, and that's going to contribute into that first initial movement from the press, and then it's the upper bodies and the upper limbs roll to then create that force and that speed and force upon lockout. So that's a very good move for boxing and combat sports. And then the final one is an isometric floor press. The isometric floor press is where we're not moving the bar at all. And this basically helps develop maximum force and activate type 2 muscle fibers, so fast twitch muscle fibers, which can then transfer into hand speed. And maybe because of the different issues around the shoulder joint, developing that kind of eccentric strength, which we can't really develop too much because that will have an effect on muscular soreness and obviously muscular hypertrophy, not wanting to get our upper bodies too big and too bulky. So we might not be able to expose our athletes into loads that will help develop maximum force and maximum intent. On the isometric floor press, because the weight isn't moving and the athlete will have to push as hard as they can, this is a great way to expose them to maximum force without being too dangerous, too much load going through the shoulder joint, and also creating soreness as well. So this is a very shoulder friendly and very friendly way to try and increase maximum force. So what we'd do with that, we'd be doing overcoming isometrics, 3-second holds, and we'd do that anywhere between 3 and 5 repetitions. Okay guys, so there are our top 5 pressing exercises. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll hopefully see you on the next video.